Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction. Today, guys, of course, we are continuing Swamp Thing. This is Swamp Thing Season 1, Episode 2, entitled Worlds Apart. Now, I have to call myself out for the blunder, the huge blunder I had watching the first episode of this show, because I had forgotten that Alec Holland becomes Swamp Thing. Because I'm sitting there watching saying, holy shit, this opening scene is amazing. Swamp Thing is killing these guys because they're being pieces of shit and all this kind of stuff. Oh, this Alec guy, he seems kind of cool. Okay, we're going to be following him and her along this whole journey or whatever because she returned home and there's this whole backstory and apparently she killed her best friend. It's this whole thing. And then it reveals Alec becomes Swamp Thing and then, oh, I'm an idiot. Idiot. Huge idiot, but I really enjoyed that first episode. Besides the fact that I had a huge blunder there, I really like the setup. I'm really intrigued, and I love the cinematography, the tone. It's so dark. Oh my god, I freaking love it. Now that I am past the blunder, and Alec and Swamp Thing are the same thing, because I thought Swamp Thing was alive at the start of the show. Like, he was already a thing when the show starts. That's what I thought. Nope. I was an idiot. I was an idiot. So, now that I'm past that, I am definitely more excited because now, with setting up how both of them had met at the hospital, because he wasn't supposed to be back there, and now he scared her away because she's like, what the fuck is that thing? And I'm curious to see how they're going to approach this because I don't know where we go from here. Who's the guy that shot him? Who was the guy, and why did the swamp decide to save him? Did the swamp know that he was trying to save it? I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm ready, as you can tell. Okay, guys, here we go. The second episode of Swamp Thing, Season 1. Let's get into it. Jesus. The detail, man. The detail.
You said the entire boat went up in flames, and it looks like that's what happened.
He's out there. Just not who you think he is anymore.
You should know that Alec Holland was investigating illegal dumping on the swamp. Dumping
Yes, he was.
might be related to this current
And
outbreak.
I think
and you should know if
that guy who shot him is part of it, clearly.
She could have seen something on two legs. I don't know what.
She did.
A bear.
A swamp thing. That is awesome. Oh! They ruined that cool shot of him falling. But he's still trying to figure it all out. I mean, I wonder what's running through his head. Oh. Jesus. That yell.
I like to fall asleep listening to the police scanner. It's soothing.
Huh? Okay.
It wasn't a nightmare. He was hurting himself.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't understand what's happening to him.
He doesn't.
Don't do this to yourself.
You weren't around, Avery.
Ah! Was that her best friend?
This thing isn't stopping.
Nope.
Liz, I was thinking, and I'm not sure. Help yourself. Oh.
Oh. Who are you?
Sorry.
Sergeant Sleep.
Do you think Alec's boat blowing up was an accident?
Not well.
No, not well. I'm going to go on record and say this is a very bad idea. Because guess who's going to answer the door? The mother! I want to know the story.
Look at you.
He's treating her a little differently.
It's been 14 years.
Yeah, treating her differently than the mother.
From the time we took you in, made you as old and bright as a whip, I knew.
Took her in.
Do great things.
Took her in.
Avery.
I owe you an apology. I never blamed you for Shauna's death the way that Maria did, and I should have made that clear.
Is Maria all right?
We'll get through it.
No.
It's because of me. It's me coming back. I stirred up all this emotion.
Yeah.
You know why I'm here.
I don't.
Please, I need your help.
For what?
I thought I had it under control.
L'énergie de la terre. On voyait la profondément. On n'est pas plus notre.
What's happening? Jesus. Jump scare. What is happening?
Fast, dark, and growing, and awful in the rot of the water. Let her go.
You might want to listen to her. Just saying. You might want to. Oh, she's gone. That little girl's gone. Out the window, right?
Oh, hi, ladies.
Everything okay?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I heard he was in the show.
For an audition.
You're an actor.
Well, yeah. 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. They like that I do my own stunts.
The logo.
Yeah, I've been working with a doctor from the CDC today, Abby Arcane. She's very smart, very driven, and
It's very beautiful.
Yes, we're very proud of it. 900 acres. I know my staff.
That's a lot of acres. I want some of that. Can I have some of that? Thanks.
I beg your pardon? You told me your accelerant would make things grow faster. More trees to drain the water, more land to develop, more plants to develop, drugs and cosmetics. Accelerant dumped in the water, people getting sick. Don't talk down to me, Mr. Doctor.
Diseases emerge from swamps all of the time.
Not well. This is
Dengue fever,
well.
malaria.
What are they doing out there?
Well, brother, come on.
Be cool. Shit.
Be cool. I don't think that guy's gonna be cool.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Well.
Come on, Landro, I want to make this as quick and as painless The law get their hands on them boxes, that old man gonna kill us. What we gonna do now? Shut up!
It is time for you to save the girl.
That with this one there, that is a recipe for disaster.
That's a little negative. What are you doing? Oh shit. Come on, he's got to save her. He's alive. Jesus.
Oh my God, Susie's been here.
Fuck. I'm so sorry.
He was alive a second ago. Okay. Wait, how did he figure that? And then she, of course, hears that, too. Yeah. Oh, shit. The swamp thing. Oh, man. Holy God.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Now!
It's okay. Swamp Thing's not a bad guy. Obviously, her first thing is like, oh shit. Gone. Faking it. Faking sleeping. Oh, what?
That creature we just saw. He's afraid. He told me he doesn't know what's happening to him. He said his name was Alec.
Yep. Now she's like, wait a minute. Wow. Shit got real. Shit got really real in this episode. A lot of things to unpack. This was a really damn good episode. But, okay. So, first things first, because I like the fact that how they did it. Blue Devil hinted. There was a movie. There's a logo on the computer. Ian, I forget his last name. I think his first name's Ian. I think he's known for some TV show or something, but now he's mostly known for the Sharknado guy. He's like in all the fucking Sharknado movies. But yeah, that was kind of interesting how they did that. But we have other stuff to talk about. A lot of other things that kind of just got hectic. Now, I don't remember them saying that Abby was taken in by the family of the daughter that is now dead, and the mom is blaming her, and now they're revealing, and I think he's the mayor. I forget his name on the show, but it's the dad of her sister, well, really her best friend, really, that is now dead. And he was like saying, you know, we took you in when you were 8. And he was treating Abby completely differently than the mother was in the first episode. Like, she really, like, to the very last inch of her body, hates Abby. The dad is the complete opposite. But then when Abby, which stupidly I said she should not have went to the house because the mom could just walk in the room, but she didn't. So he had a way of saying, no, you're not going to go into Alec's work. Like, you're not going to go into his lab. And the reasoning why, and it really makes so much sense, is that Alec was hired, and his task essentially was to do research or whatever, and he was researching all the stuff in the swamp, and he was researching all of this stuff about something's happening in the swamp. And he was right, because this doctor came in. He's the one who created the formula that were in the boxes that were being placed in the swamp for profit, for beneficial things. And it's this doctor's and this guy's fault for what's happening to these people and why the swamp became what it is, essentially. So, interesting. They didn't waste any time getting to revealing that plot point, which I kind of theorized when they're talking about the swamp and something's up and think my first thought was Swamp Thing. But then we realized, no, Swamp Thing is not a thing. Like, the show doesn't start off with Swamp Thing being around. That's not what happened. But then after seeing the first episode, I'm going, okay, so the swamp, of course, creates Swamp Thing. So he wasn't created before the show started. He was creating at the end of the first episode, the pilot. That it probably has something to do with this mayor guy. That was my theory, and I was right. It's completely right. Now, he hired the scientist who created the stuff, but you get my point. It's all on him. So, wow. So this girl that we got introduced to in the first episode, her dad, of course, died, and shit got really weird with his body after death. But I mean, it was pretty gruesome what happened to him. But she started to sense Swamp Thing. She started to sense he was hurting himself, and she called him the man in the dark or whatever. And then it showed that shot of the tree branch that was hitting the window at her in her hospital bed. So of course she leaves, and she gets on that boat, and then of course she witnesses this, because apparently the other guy on that boat, when he turned on the sirens or whatever, he knew that other guy. But this dude with the long hair, and he seemed really shady, and he says, "Don't be fucking stupid," and then he stabs him through the fucking face, or it went through the neck and then it went around his cheek or something. God damn, that was brutal. Like, whoa, okay, holy shit. And then the guy, like, for one last second, then he dies in front of Abby. Okay. Okay. And so she's running away from the guy. The guy grabs a fucking machete. It's like Friday the 13th, Jason or whatever, right? Okay, he's gonna go kill a 9-year-old. I think she's 9. Yeah, I'm just gonna go kill her. Because I'm that bad of a dude. So Swamp Thing senses her in fear for her own life, and I kind of figure, okay, this is where he's going to step up and he's going to use his newfound abilities to save her. So he surprises her after obviously killing that guy. He freaking shows up and he gets stabbed, and then it shows the effects of his stab wound getting repaired. And then he screams, and all these vines and fucking roots and shit slam through and pierce the guy. And I thought that was, okay, that's cool. It is brutal, but it's cool. And then he gets ripped to fucking parts. I'm gonna have to censor that. Holy shit. I was like, oh, God. Now, the guy deserves it, okay? He killed that police officer, I think he was a police officer, for no reason. Just because he's trying to hide the box, right? He's trying to hide what's in the box. And then he's going to run after this girl with a freaking machete or freaking giant, basically a sword. It was a giant knife. You kidding me? Okay. So yeah, maybe he deserved it. Because he was going to kill that girl. He's going to kill her. And then she tells Abby, he said he's afraid. He doesn't know what he's become. And then he said his name was Alec. So he remembers, which is good. I was honestly expecting Abby not to find out that is Alec until later. But since, they don't have 20-something episodes like the CWDC shows, we have to get the stuff quicker. We can't hold off everything, right? And I don't know how this is going to play out. And it's happening because I mentioned in the first video I did, the first reaction for the show, that the problem that I kept hearing about people is that obviously after the first episode aired, it was canceled. And that the more and more you get into the show, the first season here, the only season, the more you get frustrated because the more you start to get invested with the story and getting invested in these characters and the revelations and everything and the big moments throughout the show, you're going to get more frustrated because there's no continuation. Like, no matter how much you love what's happening, there's no continuation. It is pretty sad. But yeah, the cinematography is top-notch. Pretty gory. And I'm assuming that what Abby saw and what her mother saw too is the dead girl, the same one. I'm curious how that's going to tie into the rest of the story, the show, the story or whatever, because they kept talking about it. They keep bringing it up with the mom. The mom, like, that is her whole point of her being in the show. Like, for right now, the mom's only purpose being in the show is that she is just heartbroken over her only child dying. I mean, it is a strong point for a storyline, but that's her only purpose. And I want to know more. I want to know more about what happened, because Abby just blanket saying that I killed her, that doesn't answer my question. So I need to know what happened. So there you have it, guys. That's my thoughts and my review for this episode. It was really well done. I'm really excited to see where we go from here. And yeah, it's getting good. And I love the music too. The music's great as well. So what did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.